Now that we have a sense of how to use scale degrees to transpose melodies, let's see how we can use Roman numeral analysis to help us transpose chords. And I'd like to come back to the beginning of Over the Rainbow. And again, let's start with our version of Over the Rainbow that is written out in C, which is on the top staff. And I've got the melody there, and then I have the chords above it. Let's just do a quick Roman numeral analysis of those chords, starting with the C. And I've just written all my 7 chords in C right here, just to remind us. So C is the 1 chord, Roman numeral 1 chord. A minor is the Roman numeral 6 chord. E minor is the Roman numeral 3 chord. D minor is the Roman numeral 2 chord. And G is the Roman numeral 5 chord. E minor is the Roman numeral 3 chord. And A major is actually not in the key of C. We do have an A minor chord, which is the 6th chord, but we don't have an A major chord. So what do we have to do to make that A minor chord into an A major chord? Well, for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to capitalize my Roman numeral 6 just to remind me that this is changing in quality from minor in the lowercase to major in the uppercase. Actually, let me go just a few more chords here, because we have another interesting chord coming up. Okay, so D minor is the 2 chord. Then B flat. B flat's another interesting chord. We don't have a B flat major chord. We do have a B diminished chord, which is our 7 chord. But we don't have a B flat major chord. So what we have to do is we have to move that bottom, we have to move the root down. We have to lower the root by 1/2 step from B to B flat. And to show that we've done that, we're going to put that flat symbol in front of the 7. And since the 7 is now changing in quality from the diminished to major, I'm going to be writing my flat 7 chord as an uppercase chord, or an uppercase Roman numeral. All right, that gives us an interesting little twist. Okay, so here we have our chords. 1, 6, 3, 2, 5, 3, major 6, then 2, flat 7, and then we keep going. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. That part's easy. We'll take a look at that later. Okay, so how do we negotiate this transposition or this move to E flat? Well, here's the interesting thing. When we move from one key to another, if we've analyzed our Roman numerals correctly, the Roman numerals are not going to change. The Roman numerals are going to remain constant no matter what key we go to, just like scale degrees. Scale degrees, once we have the scale degree pattern of the melody, that is going to remain constant no matter what key we're going to. So what we can do is we can actually just write the Roman numerals right here, because we know under our transposed melody in E flat, because we know those Roman numerals are actually going to be, they are going to be setting the pattern. They are the sort of the abstract pattern that is going to remain the same no matter what key we're in. And this is, by the way, what makes it sort of an interesting musical analysis, because this gives us a structure of the piece that goes beyond specific chords in a specific key. Okay, so I've written all of my Roman numerals underneath my transposed melody, which we did in the earlier video. So now all we have to do is figure out how are these Roman numerals going to translate into the key of E flat. So, and I'm going to do this in this video with chord symbols, but we can also do it with chords that are written out too, and maybe we'll do another video on that. Okay, so let's go through this, and I've written out all of my key my chords in the key of E flat here. Okay, so what's the one chord in E flat? Well, that's easy. The one chord in E flat is right here. It's the E flat major chord. So I'm just going to write the chord symbol for E flat major above here. My next chord is a 6 chord. And what is the 6 chord in E flat? It is a C minor chord. Sorry, we're running out of room here a little bit, but there's a lot of information to pack in. So this is going to be a C minor chord. My next chord is a 3 chord, and what is the 3 chord going to be in E flat? It is going to be a G minor chord. Okay, so I'm going to write a G minor up here. Then I go to measure 3. I have a 2 chord. What is my 2 chord in the key of E flat? It is F minor. I'm going to write an F minor chord symbol right here. Then my 5 chord. My 5 chord in the key of E flat is B flat. So I'm going to write a B flat right here. My 3 chord, we said, is a G minor chord, so I'm going to write a G minor here. And then my major 6 chord, my major Roman numeral 6 chord. Well, I know my regular old Roman numeral 6 chord is a C minor chord. So a major 6 chord, what am I going to have to do? Well, I'm going to have to raise that third. I'm going to have to change my third from my first third from a minor third to a major third. So that's going to have to be C to E natural to G. And that makes a C major chord. So my major 6 chord is going to be C major chord. Then my 2 chord is going to be, we already figured that out, is going to be F minor. And then my, and I forgot to write the flat symbol in here, so we're going to do that. My flat major 7 chord, when we have a 7 chord in the key of E flat, which is a D diminished chord. D, F, A flat, D diminished chord. So how do we make that? What does that even mean, to make a flat 7 chord? Well, if I make a flat 7 chord, that means I'm going to lower the root by 1 note. That means that I'm going to, instead of starting on D, I'm going to start on D flat. And then I need a major chord from D flat. So D flat, F, and then A flat. Remember, I don't have to write that A flat in there because it's in the key signature. So that turns out to be a D flat major chord. And there we go. So again, let's play this through. Let me play through the transposition so that our ears can check us and see, did we actually do the right thing? Do we actually transpose this correctly? Okay, we were pretty close, but I made one mistake. Did you hear it? Our ears picked it up right away. There it is, in measure 2. What did I do? I wrote a G major chord symbol when I should have written a G minor chord symbol. And that wasn't a transposition error, that was just a stupid mistake on my part. But that's why it's great to just check ourselves at the piano or play what we've done, just so our ear can double check all the work that we've done. So let's try this again. it is. This seems like, or you might think at first glance, that this way of thinking about transposing, doing all this Roman numeral analysis and so forth, it's just a lot of extra work, and why don't we just do the first way that we learned, which was that direct way via interval? And we can. There's no reason that we can't, and we get exactly the same answer. The only advantage to this is it helps us think about the structures that are happening in the chord progression, in the melody. And very often, when I'm called upon to transpose a piece of music at the piano, it really is those knowing those chord structures that helps me transpose quickly and in real time. So I think it's a really valuable and a very musical way to think about transposition.